So L7 is where we're introducing our scissor takedowns. Again, it's an advanced technique, not for every student, not even for every black belt, because some people just don't do it safely. The idea of the scissor comes because we've got pressure coming from one angle and on another angle, just like a scissor chop this way. So very important anytime you do any takedowns in class that you're making contact at the ankle, so not up around the leg. So you'll sometimes see students do like the basadai or a knife hand bunkai where they're here. Again, my contact is being made up high. Great for self-defense, and not for Kumite, too dangerous, especially on wooden floors, someone's going to break something. So there's no reason why you can't use it in Kumite. You just get to here and then you just stop. You don't actually take people down. Even with the scissor, it's always safe not to take people down, just to make contact. But in a tournament, you have to take them down because that's the nature of the beast if you want your hip on. Once again, we use our lunge punch to keep our opponent guessing, keep our opponent distracted. You've got, and just like the kick, the goal in our kick, one, leg comes up. Same thing with our scissor. One, leg comes up. Now our goal is to make contact. When we are JT style with our stance, our goal is to make contact with our hand to our opponent's back shoulder, because that gives us control of their body. When we're mirror image, our goal is to make contact with our front hand to the front shoulder. So JT style, front hand meets their back shoulder. Mirror image, front hand meets their front shoulder. From here, again, you've got to do this very safely in class. From here, 1, 2, 3, and up. Do that again. 1, 2, 3, and up. Now, since that's changed his legs, so now we've got mirror image with our feet. My goal is to hit the front shoulder. Again, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2. Our hand doesn't have to retract. It's a bit awkward when you do it in stages, but 1, 2, 1, 2. From here, 1, 2, 3. Now, the safest way to practice is with one of these, or even the air. I'll get you to hold that for a moment. In the air, 1, 2. Notice my leg is not coming up high. It's an illegal technique, so I keep my foot low to the ground. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. So now I use the bag. Instead of my opponent's leg, you can get your leg out of the way. Keep the bag there. And from here, 1, 2. 1, 2. And the last part of the equation, once you're comfortable, let me drop you back. Once you're comfortable, the biggest thing you've got to worry about is getting smacked in the face. So you can switch up and do JT style to start with. Getting smacked in the face, one, before you attack, especially if they know you like this technique. I get smacked in the face. 2, okay? So this time Ash, I'm going to give him permission. Smack me in the face. He does all the time anyway, so what's the problem? Just get away from the wall a little bit. Okay, so he can smack me in the face. And I come underneath. My goal is to duck here. I'm keeping my head underneath the jab, so he gets the jab. And I'm coming underneath his jab. He's got his jab. I'm coming underneath the jab. Same thing, even if it's mirror image, he can smack me in the face. Now I've got a reverse punch to be nervous about. So I keep this hand up. That's deflecting me from the reverse punch. What I love about this technique when you are mirror image is that I'm actually happy to get picked off. Because if he doesn't have his stance to finish with, I score the point. So we're here, he can pick me off slow. 1, 2. He cannot score if he doesn't finish in stance. Thank you for making me look good. He cannot score if he doesn't finish in stance. So I'm happy for him to pick me off with the body shot. This is here anyway because I don't want to get hurt. And my head is ducked for his front hand as well. But irrespective, I'm committing to going in. If he hits me, so be it. My goal is to take him down. Doesn't matter if I get hit first. If I take him down and finish, I have to get the hip on because he's on the floor. So he can do it slow. Pick me off if he wishes. 1, 2. Pick me off if you wish. Front hand or back. 1, 2. So that's our scissor again. It's for advanced technique. It's advanced technique. 1, 2, and then eventually 1, 2. And it's about that commitment of driving in home. If you're making contact up on the leg up here, expect your instructor to tell you to stop doing it. You've got to be making contact below down. If you're doing techniques like this in the dojo, 1, you've got to be making contact below the calf. 2, you've got to be holding on to your opponent. You should never have an opponent hitting the ground free fall, not on the wooden floor, whether it's a tournament or what. So even on my scissor, 1, I've got control of my opponent. You should never just be unleashing, inching people. It's never our goal. Hard jab, scissor. That's what it is. So we get practice in. 1. Slower. Now, another one which we haven't discussed, it's not on our curriculum, but the idea of stepping in, landing, and then doing our takedown, which is a bit different to the scissor, because the scissor, we're doing our takedown at the same time as we're coming in. The other alternative is to actually step in and then operate the takedown, which again is a little probably safer and a little better if you're not too comfortable with your scissor style takedown. The way you practice that technique, I should say, is just lunge punch, back kick. Lunge punch, back kick. So you do your standard lunge punch and sen-sen-no-sen followed by a back kick. So if my opponent's here, I do my standard lunge punch, but I go on my angle to my sen-sen-no-sen. So I sometimes practice it with a lunge, sometimes I practice it with a sosuke. But the idea is I'm distracting my opponent with hands and stepping here. And then I do a back kick. Because back kick ensures the contact is low, because now we've got feet meeting feet. So there's my back kick. I'm not kicking their foot, I'm just using the idea of the back kick. Rather than doing this, which is what some people do, and then they push their opponent over their leg, which is again an unsafe way. So I can be here, distract, back kick. So if you're doing techniques like this in the dojo, 1, you've got to be making contact below the calf. 2, you've got to be holding on to your opponent. You should never have an opponent hitting the ground free fall, not on the wooden floor, whether it's a tournament or what. So anytime I do a takedown, for example, let's say I do the sen-sen-no-sen back kick one again. If I do a takedown, I've got control of my opponent in that instance. Recap the lunges very quickly. Okay, L1. L2. L3. L4. L5. L6. L7. That's too high, it needs to be safe. Good.